Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Take two. Hope you're all doing well. So this is now the second time that I'm trying to do this particular video. So first we have our advents. So we have the witch in her purple dress, her purple hat. And then in the Funko Pop, the bag, we have the other Incredible, the young man, which I pretty much predicted was probably going to be coming up next because we had the mom, the daughter, and now we have the young man. So in this particular vlog, I wanted to show you how to make a bracelet, kind of like the one that I'm wearing here, similar to what I'm wearing here. I tried to do this a couple moments ago and yeah, failed. We're going to go ahead and do it the way I normally do it. I was trying to be all, you know, cutesy and stuff, and it didn't work. So yes. So we're gonna just work it out like this. So here I have what I use when I am making a bracelet. Let's see if we can make sure we are in frame. Yes. So I have my beads. Already got 24 beads. This is that 0.5 mm, the millimeter. That is that stretchy cord. You can use string, whatever it is you want. I prefer the stretchy one because it stretches, you know, a little bit on the skin. You need some scissors. There we go. You need some type of tape. Here we go. And me being who I am, I also use some type of adhesive for my bracelets when I make them. This is just me. This is my version. This is what we call a DIY, do-it-yourself version of making a bracelet. So the cord, which I already put a little piece on here, usually you're going to need about roughly about 9 inches. So on your ruler, which we have here, 9 inches is about to there. So from here to about where my thumb is, that's about 9 inches. So that's usually how much of it that you will use. But for today's video, and since we already had a blooper and I have beads all over the floor, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just leave it right on the spool, and we're just gonna pull it on the spool and move it like that. So I'm going to get the beads kind of ready for me to work with them. I have multiple sets of beads here. I was thinking about using these for the video, but I just use the other one instead. So typically what I like to do is to open the top of the bead container and I put my beads on this flat surface here. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's episode of Vlogmas. So this is the bead container that I'm using. It's over here on this side. So I'm just going to take the top off and turn it over. I'm going to move this tray out of the way because we don't want all of these to spill on the floor. Right, I already have a whole bunch of them on the floor because, as I mentioned before, we already had an epic fail that it fell on the floor. Yes, and yes. So let me just move some of these things over so I can make sure that I'm still somewhat in frame while I'm doing the video. So I have my beads. As I mentioned here, this is what I'm going to be using on this little sticky note here. Hopefully you can see what's on there. So I have 24 beads, and since I'm using 2 colors, basically it's 12 of each color. That's what I have, 12 of each color. And I already counted them out from my tray. And I'm just gonna push them over to the side here. Sometimes I pull out extra beads just in case, you know, you never know. But 24 beads is typically what I would use for about my wrist size. Sometimes I do 25 or 26 if I wanted to have a little bit more stretch on it, so it's not like, you know, right on the skin. So you can do a 25th bead or even a 26 bead. So typically I would tape it down. As you can see, I have tape here, and then I would just put the beads in from the other way. But since I already have this still connected to the spool, I'm not going to need to tape it down today. And if you want to add like any extra pieces, oh, let me show you. Kind of like these stoppers or any extra type of pieces in there, that will be technically counted as that 25th or that 26th piece of jewelry. So I might put that on there and I might not. Main reason why I put something like this on my bracelets is if I want to hide where I put the knot at the end of the cord or the string. So depending on how thick your cord is or how thick your string is, you might want to use something to kind of hide it. I'm pretty sure these have a particular name. Off the top of my head, I cannot think about it, but you can put these just to kind of like hide that string. So when you tie it in a knot, it can go inside of there and you really can't see the knot once it's inside of here. So it's a nice little way to, you know, make it look good. So we're gonna do just a mixture of the colors until we get all of them on the string. If you want to, you can always just do a pattern. Sometimes I mix it up and I put 2 colors together. Sometimes I'll mix it up and do like a particular design, but usually when I'm just doing random bracelets, I will just do random styles. Sometimes I'll just do 1 color or 2 colors. I'll do 2 colors and patterns. This particular one, I'm just going back and forth with pink and green. Now, I told many people how me and pink are not the best as friends. However, hear me out, people, because I know someone is probably saying, wait a minute, you said you don't like pink very much. Yes. However, but, question mark, exclamation point. Sometimes pink has a way of making its way over to the seam for me. And it's strange how pink makes a large seam with me. Typically when I'm doing my planner videos, whomever is the seller, the vendor of that particular sticker kit, they don't have the same situation that I do when it comes to pink. So it is what it is. And as I've been telling people lately, you know, hashtag use your stash. And in this video, we're doing hashtag use your stuff. You do have to use colors, you know, from time to time that are not your favorite. You know, just gotta do what you gotta do. So in this particular one, yes, I am using this glittery hot pink of it all. And I do have a reasoning behind this. If the other bracelet hadn't already fell apart and was all over the floor, you would have kind of seen what the reasoning was, but it is what it is, and I'll just go ahead and mention it. So here we go. We got all of our colors that we want, and remember there's 24 beads. So that's what's on here is 24 beads, 12 pink, 12 greens, and then we're just going to have the ends come together, and I'm going to tie it in a knot. Now, depending on how good you are with your, you know, beading abilities, you're going to try not to have so much excess string left over. Me, I don't care, because I'd rather just get it done, tie it, and be done with it. I'm not that picky about making sure that I only have a little bit of tail left over on the string, because I don't want to waste the cord. That's not me. I know some people probably gonna have something to say about I'm just using my product. Yeah, see how that sounds? Exactly. So I chose to have that amount left over. It's easier for me because my hands is just being difficult lately when I'm trying to grip this cord. This cord is slippery, so I need a little bit extra for me when I'm gripping it. And every time that I tie a knot, and some people tie it in 4s, I just tie it. Some people tie it in 4s, I just tie mine, and I pull on it just a little bit, kind of like to make sure that the knot is secure. And I usually do about 5, sometimes 6 ties. Okay, so there, boom, we're done. So now we're gonna take the scissors and we're going to cut the part off that's connected to the spool here. Now, before I let them go, I'm going to get my adhesive Let me go ahead and open up the adhesive. I'm doing it with one hand. Once again, I told you I learned this by watching videos. These are not mine. I am not the originator of this. I learned from someone else. So all I'm doing is repeating what I learned. Thank you for teaching me. So I got my adhesive here, and on that knot, I'm going to put some adhesive on there. We're having some difficulties here with the adhesive. It don't want to work. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties with the adhesive. Yes. I'm only doing this as an extra precaution because I'd rather it be safe and secure or have an accident and fall off with, you know, all the beads fall off while the person is wearing it on their arm. So putting a little bit of that adhesive on that knot that I made. Hopefully my head is not in the video. Wow, I think this one is dry. It doesn't feel like it's dry. Well, anyway, so once you put the adhesive on there, you can go ahead and snip these extra pieces, or you can tuck them in. You know, tuck them in like you're sewing, and then that way you won't be able to see the extra string if you're not going to cut all of it off. So I'm just tucking them in so you really can't see them on the outside of the bracelet. So I'm gonna cut some of this down because I don't need to tuck all of that like so. So I'm just stretching it a little bit, and I'm taking the extra little piece of cord and I'm just tucking it back inside of the bracelet. And there we go. We're almost done. Almost there. And there we have it. A bracelet. I'll continue to tuck this in, or I'll just cut the piece. There we go. So now we have a bracelet. Ta-da! So hopefully you'll try. Maybe you'll do a little DIY bracelet yourself. And until next time, you have a good one. Please make sure to give me a thumbs up. Bye-bye.